few weeks ago I made a video about a 1950s piece of German hi-fi equipment called the Tefifon. Now that seemed to capture some people's imaginations because the video got reposted on Gizmodo. Now of course Gizmodo have a massive worldwide audience, and as a result that video got seen by quite a lot of people and also got reposted to various other websites. I suppose for a couple of days I went viral. Not in a massive Charlie bit my finger kind of way, but in a more subtle, well enough people saw it to fill up a decent sized stadium. Well, as a result of all those people watching the video, I did get quite a few questions about it. There were a few things I didn't have a chance to go into at the time I made the original video, so I thought I'll clear a few things up, explain a few more things with a new video, and to be honest, all I'm really doing, of course, is milking this thing for all it's worth. Now, at the time I made the original video, I only had one size of Teffi cartridge, which is this one here, holds 1 hour of music. Since then I've got hold of one of these, which is a 15-minute Teffi cartridge, and then this big chap here, which is a full 4-hour version. Now, the difference in size between the medium and the small, not too much difference, but I suppose the smaller one would be more use on some of the portable devices that were available at the time. However, the giant fella is definitely something that you're going to be using in your home. Now, if we just look at it a little bit, it's got a couple of advances over the medium-sized one. Instead of the tape being exposed, it's behind this plastic window here that slides away, and also it's got a little bit of a spring that pops the tape out, making it slightly easier, I suppose, to load into your Teffi playback machine. Now, to put this in context, at the time this came out, most people were listening to the music on 78 RPM shellac records, and those would hold less than 5 minutes per side. So the fact that somebody came out with a cartridge that can hold 4 hours was incredibly advanced, and you've got to remember it also sounds better than a 78. It's just a shame it didn't really take off, and that's due to distribution and record labels and things. Now, looking at how these different ones fit on the machine, that's what the small one looks like. Looks a bit out of place. That looks more normal, and then the giant one will just fit on the machine perfectly. Obviously it's designed to fit that one as a maximum size. Now, I must have done a bit of a poor job last time explaining how the music's played off a Teffi cartridge, because it seemed to cause a little bit of a confusion. The idea of an endless tape, but with a beginning and an end and multiple tracks. Well, actually, now I think about it, it is a little bit confusing. So let me try and clarify this a little bit. Take a photo with the macro lens here. You can see the grooves on the tape. Now, it's one long recording from the beginning to the end. To show you how that works, look at the pen here. I've sped this up. So it starts at the top and ends up at the bottom with one long spiral. So when you're playing it back, the stylus goes on at the top, the thing spins around, and eventually the stylus moves down the spiral all the way to the end of the recording. So it's just one long recording with multiple songs, of course, stitched together one after the other. Now, just to see how long a tape actually is, I'll put a mark on this one here, and we'll start it off with a stopwatch here, and I'll fast forward a little bit and we'll see how long it takes for that mark to come around again. And it comes around at about 52 seconds just there. You might have missed it, so I'll do it in slow motion here so you can see when it comes around. There you go. So 52 seconds. So for the sake of inaccuracy, let's just round that up to a minute and say the tape loop in a 60-minute cartridge is a minute, and therefore in a 4-hour one it's going to be about 4 minutes. Now, another thing that confused people was this remote control where I'm moving the selector up and down, and people thought I was actually picking different tracks on the tape. Well, it's not that accurate. You're actually just picking up the needle and putting it down in a different position on the recording and hoping for the best. It's just like picking it up and putting it down somewhere else. It's all on the same long recording, but you're just putting the stylus somewhere else, just like you would on a record. Now, you can, of course, listen to a cartridge like this from beginning to end, but it's got 21 different records on it. Perhaps we want maybe the third one in, Pennsylvania 65000, and Mr. Sandman, which is towards the end. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to find those, and while I'm doing that, let's have a bit of a musical interlude.
Die Weine auf der Welt over. I'm so alone. Don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Now, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person thinking about Back to the Future right now, and of course that recording is from 1955. Now, I've seen articles about the Tefifon say that they all begin with a chime like this. And whilst this one does, not all of my cartridges start like this. The idea is that it gives you a bit of chance to get your volume set at the right level, and then at the end of a recording you might be able to hear one of these. And that is in a locked loop, just like at the end of Sergeant Pepper's. It'll play forever until you get out of your chair and turn it off. If you want to download either of those sounds, perhaps you want to use them as a ringtone, there's a link in the video description.
Hey, hey, hello, Mary Lou. Sieh mal an, dein kleines Tick und Tick sind deine Schuhe. Und du, Mary Lou, du lachst dazu, so wie ein Sonnenschein, Mary Lou.
Up till now, you've only heard this Tefifon play back through these speakers and recorded on my camera's built-in microphone. There's quite a few people wanted to hear the true original quality, so for those people, the rest of the video just consists of the Tefifon playing one track recorded over its audio outleads directly into the computer. Let's have a listen. If you're anything like me, you'll probably find yourself humming that later on when you least expect it. Anyway, if you want to download those MP3s of the intro and outro chimes, those are available on my website, link in the video description. But that's it for the moment. As always, thanks for watching.